What's going on, everybody? I'm James with the Top Tenor Show, and I'm joined by my friend Liv here. And we're actually we're breaking from the norm. We're actually doing a single game review of arguably one of the biggest losses for Sony in recent memory. We just had to talk about it, and that is the train wreck that is Concord.
I hate live service games. And if you want to stick around for a live rant, buckle up. I'm going in on this one.
Strap in, ladies and gentlemen, because we're doing a new format. This is a single game review. If I didn't spoil it too much right there, with our single game reviews that Liv and I are actually going to be doing quite a few of moving forward, we're going to give it a play or pass at the very end. Obviously, spoiler alert, this is a pass. You legit can't even play it anymore. You're getting your money back if you purchased it, which is insane. So yeah, if you have this coaster, because that's all it is now, not sorry, because it'll be a collector's thing one day for you. You'll make money 10, 15 years down the road, blase, blase. So buckle up, because we're going to talk about why this failed, and honestly, why this is a precursor to even more.
So, what is Concord? Well, if you're a PlayStation fan, this game was shoved down your throat as much as possible at every state of play. If you're not a PlayStation fan, you might not even know what this game is. So, it's an online multiplayer game. Just another first-person shooter. It's no different than any other hero shooter that's out there on the market. 5v5, shoot, game ends, load into the next match. This was what Sony Interactive Entertainment was hoping would be their live service gem, since Foam Stars also was a massive flop. This was developed by Firewalk Studios. It was released in 2024 and went offline 11 days later.
Yeah, so this is the telltale story of chasing the trend gone wrong. So unfortunately, as we all know, if you like a live service game, that's awesome. Hats off to you. I'm happy you enjoy a game. But gaming as a paradigm shifted back in the 360 days to present, to thinking about profit, thinking about money, thinking about live service. And I'm not going to discredit live services that do it right. Look at the OG World of Warcraft, 20 years strong. Look at Fortnite. Fortnite literally forced consoles to be crossplay, so we can actually praise a live service game that way. Because Liv might play on her Series X, I might play on my PS5. We can never game together. Oh wait, thanks Fortnite, you made it a reality. So kudos. Concord decided to say, the laurels that were there, the achievements, the accolades that other ones were going to do, we're going to throw that out the window and we're going to try and recreate the wheel. And that's honestly why? The biggest reason of their meteoric, trashy not success is they tried to recreate the wheel. So in recreating the wheel, their gameplay loop, it sucked. Just straight up. They had what could have been a pretty cool idea, because they were trying to sci-fi space in the future across the universe. That's the one good idea I'll give them. They were trying to give you a giant universe within which they could infinitely create, infinitely grab our cash, but infinitely provide us some fun. So that's the one positive I will say, the one minute nugget. I think it's cool to cross the universe, don't get me wrong, but you failed. So initially, you had 16 playable characters. Each character was supposed to have its own little story. You're supposed to be like, ooh, this is this. Ooh, this is this. We were going to get teaser vignettes. Think wrestling vignettes in a video game. Who doesn't like that? And you were going to be able to just have this massive boatload, metric, ridiculous amount of characters to play. And 11 days later, you still had your starting 16. Yeah, Sony, you flopped. You flopped hard.
So James says that they tried to reinvent the wheel. I would argue that they didn't try hard enough, other than just trying to get a story going. This game arguably didn't really do anything in terms of gameplay. Why would you pick up Concord when you could just play Overwatch or Apex Legends? I don't think they tried hard enough in the gameplay. When it comes to the story, you play as a mercenary and you're traveling the galaxy for high stakes jobs like bounty hunting in space. Oh, wow, that sounds like a perfect single player game. Why is this a live service game? It drives me insane.
I like how you said I want to argue, but you were agreeing with my point, so I was very confused there. But then, it all came together. So, golf clap, Liv. Golf clap.
Thank you.
We got to talk about why it failed, and honestly, it's really weird because we've mentioned quite a bit of why it failed. This is this is my opinion, mind you. So we're gonna take quite a bit of the facts out and leave some facts because obviously our opinions are based that way. Live service gaming, unless you're one of the outliers, Grand Theft Auto Online, World of Warcraft, how I mentioned, Overwatch, how Liv mentioned, Apex Legends, or, the king of them right now in Fortnite, unless you're one of those who has figured out continual service, continual success, and actually take and incorporate and iterate player feedback, you're going to fail. Whatever company randomly listens to this, next live service gaming.com company, I don't know, you're going to fail unless you listen to your player base. We don't want, and by we, I'm including Liv here, maybe you, don't know. We'll have to find out. You have to leave us comments and let us know. We don't want live service gamings that are going to be trash. We want live service games that are going to provide a continuous form of advancement, of enjoyment, of replayability. You could have taken this the route of, I'll throw my fun franchise into the ring. Liv is ready for it. Final Fantasy XIV. You could have thrown that in there. If you look at it, it's just like, wow, it's a subscription-based game. However, instead of like a weekly enhancement, a weekly content push out, they do it in expansions, just like an MMO, or all MMOs really. And there's so much content in that where, yeah, it is a live service game because it is an MMO, but you can enjoy it all by yourself. Like if you just want to solo it and you don't care about raiding or fighting bosses, or if you want to play with other people, you can do that. You give people the option. Even Fortnite started off with the option to play by yourself. It was legitimately a zombie shooter. You build and you kill zombies, and then look what it turned into, right? GTA, play it by yourself and then enjoy GTA Online. Overwatch, true live service is what it is, I'll give it there. World of Warcraft, you can play it by yourself. You don't have to join anyone. Heck, the new expansion gives you true solo mode, and they are literally touting it everywhere. Don't have time to play with people? Don't worry. You can solo the dungeons. You can solo everything. Like the world's biggest MMO, not longest standing because EverQuest and Ultima are still out there very weirdly. But yeah, even WoW is giving you solo playability. And that's the biggest miss. Everything Liv and I described, that, as Liv said, could have been single player. And then if you wanted to experience this against other people, the multiplayer is a secondary facet. You were ready to give us a giant universe. You could have milked our cash. This is the expansion for Galaxy Quadrant A. This is the expansion for Galaxy Quadrant B. And if you have a good story, I'll buy Galaxy A. Liv, would you buy Galaxy B?
I really want a space bounty hunter type game to actually work. I feel like the closest you have right now is the Outer Worlds, which I absolutely loved. Single player game, exploring the galaxy, taking on high stakes jobs. This could have been a cool single player game with what they were trying to build.
It's frustrating because I don't want to see companies fail. I'm not one of those people, so I don't emulate. If you do, I'm not slandering you in any way. We each game how we want, and that's ultimately how we get enjoyment. I want to support companies. I want to see people do well. I mean, heck, a game that came out this year that Liv and I talked about that I was happy about was Visions of Mana. The company that created it got closed down, and that game was successful. I want to support people. Don't give me crap. I want to support your good ideas, and this was crap. Pure crap.
There's a lot of reasons why this failed, and we'll just close out with a couple more that you should be aware of. The trailers for Concord didn't match the actual game. They really were cinematic experiences. And when they first showed the first trailer introducing this, everyone that was watching the Sony State of Play thought, is this Guardian of the Galaxy 2? And then they show Concord and everyone was like, what is this? So everyone was already checked out because they thought, based on the trailer, they were going to get another superhero game, which I haven't played Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't really care, but they didn't really advertise it originally as this multiplayer shoot 'em up game, which is an immediate turn off for me anyway.
You got to tell the truth with what you're doing. So obviously, we're a state of play. We as players we're going to see some cinematics. We're going to see that little message at the bottom. Footage is a mixture of gameplay and PC blah, 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 blah. Even at the Sony state of play, we see that all the time. We get that. We understand that. But when your whole product is, this amazing thing is going to revolutionize your world. It is awesome. It is great. And then all of a sudden it's like, by the way, it's this, and it's a complete left field. We check out. We can't support you. It's 2024. And I'm going to be straight up. We speak with our wallets. Things we don't like, we're not going to buy. If you don't respect us as players, we're not going to buy. If you don't respect our limited time, because once you hit 18, it's, hey, thanks for playing. Life is, you better grab it by the horns and go. As you get older, be it you have a family, you're married, work is super busy, you're in the military and you're just gone, whatever, your game time gets smaller and smaller. So you have to respect our time, because if you don't, I'm gonna go buy, as Liv said, I'll buy Overwatch, I'll buy Apex, I'll go play Fortnite, I'll buy the Dragon Ball skin, be Goku.
You know, James, it's funny you say you'll buy Overwatch, you'll buy Apex Legends. Those games are free. And you know what Concord was? It wasn't free. It was $40. The bar for entry was much higher for this game than any of the other free-to-play multi-hero shooter type games. Well, how they make their money is you buy the battle pass and you get the characters and you get the skins and all that jazz. If Concord was free to play and then they had that battle pass thing, I guarantee you more people would have tried it. I mean, the beta released in July of 2024 and it had a very low player count. If that wasn't an indicator of people aren't interested in your game, maybe delay it and market it a little better. Because I feel like the price point, I don't know. Here's the thing, James. They said that they're going to evaluate player feedback, but I just don't know if this game could come back unless it's free to play, if they want to salvage any of it. But with the weekly stories that they promised and all that stuff, I don't know how their free to play model would work. So prediction, this game is not coming back.
Yeah, no, case in point. And then we gotta sadly part ways on a sad note because, Concord sucks. The Sonic movie, very first one. If you watched the trailer, Sonic looked like a kid in a costume and it was terrifying. What did they do? They went back to the drawing board and they actually, every single scene he was in, created him how he was supposed to be created. Downfall, the studio did close, that sucks, but they listened. And if you think about it, that franchise got Jim Carrey out of retirement. Keanu Reeves turned down being in Star Wars so he could voice Shadow the Hedgehog. Let that sink in. If you listen, we will come. Hey, Field of Dreams reference. I like it.
So that leaves us with our play or pass, but you can't play it, so it's an automatic pass. But if it did make a comeback, would you try it?
Nope.
Yeah, same. And you know why? You want to know why, James?
You hate live service gaming?
I am tired of live service gamings. I actually wrote a hate article about this a few months ago, earlier this year, that I'm going to shamelessly plug over on Quit the Build, and it's in the description of the episode today. What is the point of launching a live service game and then abandoning it in less than a year? In this case, less than 2 weeks. Why go through development? It doesn't make any sense to me. All these people could have spent their time making literally anything else. You're wasting my time attending all of these gaming events, showing off your game that is going to be taken down anyway. So you're taking up spots when other games could have been shown instead. I hate this business model. I hate you. I hate live service gaming. I want my single player experience, and that is why I'm a PlayStation gamer. not because of this. If I wanted to do this, I would just play on any other console. PlayStation is a staple for cinematic, story-driven. I hate this.
We're going to end on a positive note because that does it for this episode. You know where to find us on YouTube at the Top Teners Show. I promise they're not all bad like Concord. We actually talk about some really positive things. We have new episodes that release every Friday, and now we actually have a new format as well, so you're still going to get those top 10 lists, but we're going to be reviewing some single-player stuff. If it's really big, like, hey, Concord was really big, it was a $200 million loss, we had to talk about it, obviously we're going to talk about it. So until next time, you know where to find us. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Top Teners Show on YouTube. I do promise we are pretty positive, except for Concord sucking major. So with that, we'll see you next time for another fun review or top 10 list. I don't know. You're going to have to find out.